Well, hello, vinyl community. David Bianco with you back here at the channel. So today I'm going to talk about a group I may have mentioned a few times. I know it was my top group that I liked for years and years. It's an indie band, one that's more modern than a lot of the classic rock that I often listen to. And it's a band called Mute Math. Now, unfortunately, in around 2017, I think it was, Mute Math broke up as a band, and that was obviously very disappointing. Saw them many times in concert, and they're just unique in the formulation of music, and their drummer, Darren King, one of the more prolific drummers, did some very interesting things live, one of the best live bands I've ever seen. And so chasing their catalog on vinyl has been a bit difficult. Now, in the latter years, it was more available, like when Vitals came out. And then we have Play Dead. I have the color version and the standard version. And also have Changes, which was a record store day one that came out. And the final album after their breakup, which was really Paul Meany mainly, who is the main person of Mute Math, with Voice in the Silence. So their first three albums were very limited in their vinyl release. The first one was self-titled, and it came out on vinyl in 2006. The second one was called Armistice in 2009, and the third was Odd Soul in 2011. And these all were very expensive now in the later markets to buy after they had been released. And you would pay $300 to $500 for those for each album, pretty much in the eBay Discogs market. So they were a bit out of reach. A couple of times, and now the second time a few weeks ago, Paul Meany had found that there were some overstocks of the first album called Mute Math that he was releasing through their website store. And when the first one happened, I frankly missed it. And the second one was announced well in advance. And it just turned out that that particular one that was going to occur in October of 2023 was while I was in Sweden. And I thought, oh, great. It's going to be near impossible to even get through with, the connection being out of country and issues with it, thinking that I want to buy in the local currency or ship in the local Swedish location areas. So I thought, my goodness. So I kind of set it up to where I was ready and I had my wife ready in the U.S. to buy at this exact time. And when I did that, it was fine. But what happened was it didn't start at the exact time because you're kind of refreshing the page and refreshing and nothing's happening. Nothing changed. My wife had to go, I think it was to a movie or something, about 7 or 8 minutes into the hour, and it hadn't changed, so she had to leave. So I was left to my own device, literally, to try and see if it was going to come up. And then all of a sudden, the website kind of went down and came back up, and the only thing on it was purchasing the record. This first record for $75. Now, again, it's a little expensive, but when you compare it to the $300 to $500 that it was fetching on eBay and elsewhere, Discogs, it was a deal. And so I kept refreshing, and it would just hang. Kind of like we've had happen with acoustic sound sometimes when these limited editions come out, like when Exodus by Bob Marley came out, the UHQR, it was just a mess to get through. Well, the website was basically hanging up, and I saw a lot of people who were on the group in Facebook saying, yeah, we can't get through. So I stayed at it, and then I noticed that all of a sudden it seemed like the website itself kind of went away from the internet service provider, like they had taken down the domain name for the store, and about a minute or two later it came back up. And I was able to actually get an order started there. Of course, it thought I was in Sweden. It wanted to charge me in SEK versus US dollars, and it wanted to ship to Sweden. Now, luckily, I was able to get that changed and continue to pursue the order, but there were long delays in this. And finally, I did get through, and I got a notification that I got a copy and it was going to be shipped to me. Well, I thought, oh boy, I'm not real confident this is actually going to really go through. But it did, and I got a shipping notice, and it came in the mail finally. And this is the Grail. For me, this is a Grail, Mute Matt's first album. I'll show you some videos of things they have done just in this presentation to give you an idea. Very unique band. Take a listen to them sometime. But so this is truly a Grail to me. Never going to sell this one. Always going to keep it. And I've been waiting for this for years, literally for years to get. This was the 2006 was the original release, a 10-year anniversary, 2016, which added a few songs. And that's what I got, the 2016 version. Very happy with getting that. And again, I say relatively cheap, only $75. So sometimes your Grail, you just have to stay after. You have to pursue it. It's very lucky that this came back available thanks to Paul Meany. He's done some production work for some amazing people like 21 Pilots. So look him up. He's been around a while as well. Very creative guy. And this band, very special to me. So I thought I'd share this little journey on getting a Grail that I've been trying to get. And hopefully introduce you to a new band. Someone that maybe you hadn't heard that you might want to check out. So as always, thanks for watching. If you hit the subscribe button and the all below, you're going to get notifications, and a thumbs up or like is always appreciated, as are your comments. So until we catch you next time, thanks for being with me here as we take our next Safe and Sound Texas audio excursion. Thanks, everybody. Take care.